Hey guys, what's going on? It's Brian here, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. All right, today we're gonna be talking about stand-on mowers versus sit-down mowers and 4 factors to consider before you buy your next zero-turn mower. Let's check it out. All right guys, so if you're new to the channel, I'm all about helping you guys grow a more successful business so you guys can go out there and crush it. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Hey, in today's video, we're gonna be talking about stand-on mowers versus sit-down mowers. Now, we're not gonna get into brand necessarily, but this is still one of the most common questions that I get every single day on the YouTube channel and on Instagram. Hey Brian, what is the best mower to buy, or what mower should I go with? Now here's the deal, when I got started in business, I had a little zero-turn sit-down mower, but before that I had a Viking walk-behind, little 48-inch walk-behind mower. We upgraded to that zero-turn, we upgraded to another zero-turn, and you know, things were pretty good. And then what happened is I found YouTube and everything got messed up, okay? I used to just know what was in my own little world because of my dealer Weingarts. They sold Exmark, as you guys can see. And frankly, I thought that was it. Well, then I go onto YouTube and I see stand-on mowers, I see Skag and Ferris and Wright and sit-down, stand-on, walk behind, walk in front of. I don't even know anymore, right? And so I'm just having a little bit of fun here, but it really messed me up because I was just a big zero-turn sit-down guy. I ran zero-turn mowers, probably put about 5,000 hours on them over the last 10 or 12 years, and I thought that it was zero-turn or bust. And in fact, 2 years ago, I started a stand-on video series where we were demoing a bunch of stand-on units, and I thought the wave of the future was stand-on mowers. I thought it was stand-on mowers or bust. And I almost went from one ditch to the other ditch. After having both for a little while now, we've ran a couple hundred hours on the Staris stand-on mowers, all the different demo stand-on mowers that we did over the last 2 years. I kind of have a couple different things I now want to weigh in on and maybe just bring that thought a little bit more center. Now, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a walk around talking about the couple different mowers here and 4 factors to consider. One being the dealer. What does your dealer sell? We talk about that a lot, so I'm gonna gloss over this one. Number 2 is the price. We talk about price a lot. I'm gonna gloss over that one. The other 2 I wanna talk about a little bit more at length on this video is whether or not you're gonna be bagging and what deck size to utilize. All right, so let's go over this. Number 1, dealer and brand. A lot of you guys have heard me say, and we're gonna gloss over this, the best mower to go with is whatever your local dealer sells. If you got an Exmark dealer 5 minutes down the road, generally speaking, my advice is going to be go with Exmark. If you have a Wright dealer down the road, go with Wright. If your dealer sells 2 or 3 different brands and you have that luxury, some dealers are like that, some dealers aren't, well then demo, and see which one you like better. See what one you like better, see what one rides better, see what one holds the hills better, and see what one cuts the grass that you are cutting the best. Not every mower cuts every grass type the same. There's some brands that I absolutely would not put on my lawns up here in the Midwest with Kentucky Blue, and there's other brands that you use down in the South and they rip it from the frame, and I'm like, oh, who would have thought? All right, so that is brand. That is a really simple one. The other one was price. When we're talking about price, guys, let's be honest, some mowers are 5 grand, other mowers are 15 grand. You can go through all the different litany of all the different options, and basically it's gonna come down to build quality, warranty, life expectancy out of the unit. Some units are gonna last you 1,000 hours, other units might last you 5,000 hours. You might have to rebuild the engine, so on and so forth, but it's just kind of common sense. If you buy a $5,000 mower, generally speaking, it's not gonna last you the same amount of time as a $10,000 lawnmower, right? All right, let's keep it going. So we talked about brand, we talked about pricing. Those are the 2 I get a lot. But here's what I want to kind of bring back from one side of the ditch to from the other, and that is talking about the deck size and then bagging. So deck size, what is the best size mower? And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, so of course weigh in on this whole video, let me know what you guys think. But when I talk about deck size, for us with wide open lawns, we always do a 60-inch mower, generally speaking. I ran 52s, I realized that when I'm doing wide open properties, I wasn't liking the 52s. I had a couple 52 stand-on Staris, a bunch of 52 demos. If I was gonna do a stand-on or a zero-turn, right? And we'll get into that in just a minute, which one I like and why. Go with the 60. If you got wide open properties, just go to the 60. Don't go to the 72. It's too big of a mower deck to go with. Okay, this is just my opinion. Now, when we talk about stand-ons or zero-turn mowers, should I get a 36 or 48 or 42? Here's the deal. If you're going with a stand-on, generally speaking, it's your first mower, get a 36. If you got gated backyards, get a 36-inch stander. Why? Because if you're going to be doing smaller gated backyards, again, this is my opinion, get that 36-inch stand-on mower. Why do you get the 36-inch stand-on? Because you can do the backyard And you can also do the front. I know the front might be a little bit larger. Hey, here's the thing. Eventually you'll upgrade to a zero-turn mower that'll be the second mower in your fleet, or a larger 60-inch stand-on mower that'll be the second mower in your fleet. That's again if you got gated backyards. If you don't have any gated backyards, get a 60. Whether you get a Titan, whether you get a Radius, a Laser Z, a Skag Cheetah, Skag Turf Tiger, pick your brand, an IS 3000 from Ferris, well then get the zero turn, right? But here's the deal. If you're building your business out and you have gated backyards, start with a 36-inch standard. That's what I'm gonna go with. So figure out your brand, figure out your price, figure out what your dealer sells, figure out what it cuts your grass type the best. Demo, demo, demo. Now, by the way, if somebody doesn't want you to demo or give you a couple hours or the time of day, don't go with that brand. But here's what I would say. Reach out to that company on Instagram, use the little online chat feature. Somebody will get a hold of you and allow you to demo. Will they let you demo it for 2 or 3 weeks like we've been able to do because of the YouTube channel? Probably not. You might get a day, so make sure you're being effective. Make sure you got a couple lawns lined up. Don't waste their time. Don't waste your time. Just make sure that when you demo, you're being effective and productive so you can put that thing through the ringer, because you're gonna have a couple hour window to decide what's the best unit. Now, let's keep it going. Again, when we're talking about what is the best first mower to buy, if you have gated backyards, get that 36-inch standard. Why? Your secondary mower is either gonna be a stand-on or a sit-down, but it's gonna be a larger unit, like a 60-inch mower, okay? Let's keep it going. The last thing I wanna talk about is bagging, and this is where I was getting a little confused with all the different reviews out there from everybody that had nothing but stand-on mowers and saying it was stand-on mowers or die. And I was like, I'm gonna jump on that train. I'm gonna start doing stand-on mower reviews, right? Well, it worked out for mowing, but then you know what I noticed? I never used the stand-on in the spring or the fall for doing a lot of leaves. And now here's the thing, a lot of other guys that I watch on YouTube, great guys, great channels, not taking anything away from them, but it just didn't seem like a lot of folks were doing a lot of bagging. Okay, they didn't, this is for my bagging people that bag leaves. Spring and fall leaf cleanups, maybe you're in the Northeast and you got a bag. Well, the volume and the quantity of leaves you can bag with a stand-on unit is a fraction of what you can bag with a zero-turn mower. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I'm just saying it is what it is. I don't feel like you're gonna be able to bag as much with a stand-on unit as a zero-turn mower. And so here's what I was always thinking. Oh, stand-on mowers are the future. Stand-on mowers are the future. Well, they are. They are in terms of your everyday mowing. Okay, that's what I've realized. In the last week and a half, we've moved to the Saurus to cut our grass. Why? Because, man, I can jump off easier, pick up trash. We're easy to, you know, I got the wind blowing through my legs, through my shirt. It feels so much better than just getting swamp butt right out there. And so that's what I did. I switched to the stand-on for the rest of summer. But when it comes to October, November, we're gonna be grabbing the zero turn back out and putting the bagger on it. And here's my conundrum. So again, the 4 factors, talking about brand, pricing, your cutting deck size, but then bagging. And I didn't think this entirely through when I did my first stand-on versus sit-down mower, because I didn't really factor in bagging that much because we were cutting grass in the summer. But here's where my attitude is now. If it's your first mower, and you are going to be going into the business, get a zero turn. And here's why. You can buy a zero turn and get a quality bagger for it. Maybe not your first year, maybe not even your second year. Now some guys do. You get a whole bagging system on a Skag or an X-Mark or a Ferris. It might be 15, 16 grand. But then you can start bagging leaves, and there's a lot of money in leaves. Now again, you might even get a zero turn and get a Catch Pro or an accelerator bagger, one from Ballard Inc. or one from the accelerator guys, right? You can even get that bagger for a stand-on. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you just want to stand on, it's still okay. But a Catch Pro or an accelerator bagger, maybe your first year or so in business, it will probably do enough for you in terms of bagging leaves. But if you're gonna be bagging leaves professionally, and there's a lot of money, there's more money in leaves than there is in the whole summertime, like, you know, just cutting grass for $35 or $50, right? A lot of guys that do this big time, they make more money the first 6 weeks of the season, the last 6 weeks of the season, doing all their spring and fall cleanups, let's just be honest. So here's the deal. I'm gonna be more of a proponent of your first mower being a zero turn. Now here's the deal too, another little caveat. If you're picking up your first zero turn mower, make sure it has a big enough engine to support a bagging system. I see a lot of you guys out there that are buying zero turns, and you come to find out, and I've learned this too, that you have a 23 horsepower, 24 horsepower, 26 horsepower engine, or 19 horsepower engine. and you can't really put a bagger on it and not do leaves in quantity. Not in a commercial fashion. I'm not talking about homeowners here. I'm talking about us commercial contractor guys, right? So if you buy a 0-turn, my only thing that I'm going to say is get one with 27 horse or above. That's just kind of my observation. Let me know what you guys think. Was your first mower a 0-turn? Was your first mower a stand-on? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, because here's why. My first 0-turn was an Exmark Laser Z S, and we could put a bagger on it, but it only had like 25 horsepower, and it would have been kind of right there whether or not it would have been effective to do leaves in quantity. Now this thing's 34 horsepower, there's 37, some 38s out there now. Might be the way to go. So let's keep it really simple. Pick up your brand, figure out the price point. You can do some mental math. By the way, go on Instagram. Don't just shoot me a DM on Instagram and say, what's the best mower? That's why I made this video. You got to do some research. You got to figure out what's working in your area. Go drive around town. Go to the gas stations at 8 a.m. Go to the gas stations at 4 p.m. What are guys filling up? What are guys using? Drive through those nice subdivisions. That if you're starting out your business, what are those guys using? That's what I want you to do. What are those guys using? Do your homework. I'm not your homework. I am not the guy that you just shoot a DM to and say, Brian, what do you think? No. I'm giving you the roadmap so you know how to think, so you can go do your homework. That's what I'm gonna challenge you guys with, okay? So here's the deal. You got your stand-on mower. If you got gated backyards and you're in urban environments, 36-inch standard is the way to start. Build your equipment setup from there with a nice 0-turn or standard after that with a 60-inch platform. But again, 36-inch standard, maybe with a Catch Pro, and then a 60-inch with a bagger might be the way to go. Do you want to get a 36-inch stand-on and then a 60-inch stand-on? Maybe. If you don't do any leaves, might be the way to go. But for us in the Midwest, and for those of you guys that are bagging, and those of you guys that want to make money doing leaves, you need a quality 0-turn mower to bag those leaves. Now here's the deal. You might have one 0-turn, right? You might have one 0-turn with the bagging system and 4 standers, right? You might have 4 standers that you could continue to grow your company, because you might have a guy in a Hurricane, a guy with a Billy Goat, a guy with a Little Wonder, and then this thing, and then 3 guys with leaf blowers. That's okay. You might only need 1 or 2 0-turn mowers with a good bagger. That's okay, but you can have a mowing crew with 4 0-turn stand-ons zipping down the road, cutting grass all summer. But what are you using in the spring or fall? And that's where I see a lot of guys that, whether they're on YouTube or whether a lot of guys are on Instagram, they might not do a lot of cleanups, and I don't know how they do a lot of cleanups with those stand-ons. And so when you just watch YouTube, that's where your education starts. That's not where your education finishes, because you gotta think, what am I trying to do with my business? And so for me, I jumped on the hype train. I was like, oh, standards are bust, man, standards. Well, yes, but did you guys see me using the Staris in the spring? Did you guys see me using the Staris in the fall? And we had the accelerator bagger. We'll have a Catch Pro probably this fall with Corey Ballard and those guys. And yes, this will be a great secondary mower for me to do all my leaf cleanups. But I gotta chase the money. I gotta keep the revenue coming in, and I just don't think a standard itself is gonna keep up with what a lot of you guys are trying to do. And so, what is my suggestion for your first mower if you're comparing a stand-on versus a sit-down? Go with a 0-turn and get one that has a big enough engine to support a bagger. Now again, you can get a Catch Pro, you can get an accelerator bagger on either of these units and do just fine your first year. But if you're gonna take this thing all in your second or third year, think about future utilization, think about future growth. That's what I'm always trying to talk to you guys. And I thought this was a really big missing ingredient on my last stand-on versus sit-down 0-turn lawnmower video that I did about 18 months ago. And so I always get the question, what would be my first mower? What's the best first mower to get? Well, it's up to you. It's up to you guys. You know, figure out your brand, figure out your price, figure out your deck size and your deck width, and then figure out whether or not you're gonna be bagging and doing leaves. Okay, this was really helpful stuff to me. I thought a lot about this video idea all day long. I hope I keep it really simple for you guys, just these 4 factors to consider. If you guys are doing gated backyards, go with a 36-inch standard. Don't get a 42 or 48 or a 60, because you need that 36-inch. But what's your second mower? Second mower better be a good quality 0-turn if you're bagging leaves. If you're not bagging leaves, get as many stand-on 0-turns as you want. Okay? Sorry about the sun. It's brutal. I mean, it's a hot day right now. I actually switched out here. I just got done working, right? But the lime green, the neon green doesn't work well on the camera. It just bleeds it all out. So anyway, we're back from up north. We're enjoying hanging out with all of you guys. Channel's blowing up. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe. Click the little bell notification. I always forget to say that. Click the bell notification. I don't even know what that means, but apparently it notifies you if we put out a video, because I thought that's what subscribing was all about. But YouTube apparently changes things up. So it is what it is. But hey, by the way, almost to 100,000 subscribers, so thank you so much to you guys that have jumped on board, stayed on board, and continue to grow on the channel with us. So guys, that's it. Let me know what you think. Stand on versus sit down. Which one do you guys prefer and why? Leave me some comments down below. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. We'll catch up with you guys on the next one.